I will now talk about each of the apps and grids in more detail. Avaz Classic has over 2,100 unique words and around 100 phrases. Avaz Step Up has a vocabulary size of around 4,100 words and 900 phrases. Avaz has a core and fringe layout. Core vocabulary refers to the high-frequency general language that makes up the majority of what we say, while fringe vocabulary is context-specific. The Avaz vocabulary is organized syntactically, by word type, and taxonomically, by category. Different word types are color-coded and fringe vocabulary is organized into category folders. Some folders are available on the homepage while others are found within the topics folder. Avaz Step Up also has some context-based folders. Avaz also has a quick chat folder with phrases organized pragmatically, that is, by their function. Avaz Step Up also has a few predictive jumps, for example, selecting eat leads to foods, or selecting go leads to places. Morphology, word endings, is modified through a pop-up when you select a word. Avaz has 12 available grid sizes from 1 cell per page up to 117 cells. However, it is important to note that in Avaz Classic the vocabulary is reduced in the grid sizes with bigger cells. It is available in landscape mode only. Avaz has an inbuilt keyboard with symbol-supported predictive text. It has the option of a QWERTY keyboard or an ABC layout. F. L. Flower. The search feature outlines the pathway to find each word and takes the user to the word. Stingray. Some key features of Avaz include tones. These change the expression with which the word or phrase is spoken. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Record audio buttons can be programmed with recorded messages. GIFs. These can be built into cells. I am happy. You can also build in a YouTube video.
Oh my God.
Enlarge word on selection. This is an optional setting where each cell that is selected becomes magnified. You can also add the option of an alert sound and an I made a mistake button. I made a mistake. Avaz uses symbol sticks symbols. As well as Apple or Google Voices, it has premium voices from Reed Speaker and Ivona. The Android version also has the option of a cappella voices. Personal voice can also be used on newer Apple devices. CoughDrop can be used in landscape or portrait orientation. All grids have the option to search for a word through the Find a Button function. Stingray. By default, CoughDrop uses open symbols. However, there is an optional purchase of PCS, lesson picks, or symbol sticks for an additional $25. CoughDrop allows users to select voices from the device system voices. There is also an optional purchase of premium voices on iOS, Android, and some Windows devices for an additional cost. Personal voice can also be used on newer Apple devices. Quick Core is available in a grid size of 24, 60 or 112, but 24 is not particularly robust with a vocabulary size of around 550 words. Quick Core 60 has over 1,800 words and around 30 phrases, while Quick Core 112 has over 4,100 words and 30 phrases. Quick Core has a core and fringe layout. It is organized syntactically, by word type, and by semantic association. It is designed to support fast navigation. Fringe vocabulary is available under semantically related core words. For example, selecting in leads to things you find in the house. Me leads to words related to the body. or no leads to words about school and learning. The different morphological forms are found within the folders. For example, eat, eats, ate, eating, and eaten are all within the eat folder. However, some French vocabulary may not include all the variations. To access the missing word forms, you can enable the long press setting. When this setting is turned on, pressing and holding a word will bring up additional inflection options. You can also add a sidebar with an inflections menu. QuickCore has an inbuilt QWERTY keyboard with predictive text options. Y, Y, yell, yellow. Vocal Flare has 5 different grid sizes between 24 and 112. Vocal Flare 24 has over 1,500 words and 30 phrases. Vocal Flare 112 has over 2,800 words and around 50 phrases. Like QuickCore, Vocal Flare has a core and fringe layout. It is organized syntactically and taxonomically with topic folders for fringe vocabulary, most of which are available within the categories folder. Verb morphology can be found within the actions folder. However, for other types of words, these variations may not be included. Enabling the long press setting or sidebar allows access to these additional options. Vocal Flare also has the inbuilt QWERTY keyboard with predictive text options. On Vocal Flare 112 it is built into the homepage. On any CoughDrop grid, you can program a button to open to a web page or a YouTube video. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
You can also program buttons with recorded audio. CoughDrop has a number of special features that are available on a drop-down from the message window. Flip text, this flips the message so someone opposite can read it. Button, this creates a larger target for selection. It is good. Hold that thought, this enables you to say something else and then go back to the original message. Yes. Please. Yes, please. Phrases, this allows you to save useful phrases. I like that. GIF, CoughDrop allows you to search for GIFs related to your message. There is also an option to speak quiet or loud, but this does not work on many devices, including mine. CoughDrop also has a high contrast setting. Grid is available in landscape mode only. By default, most grids come with widget symbols, however there are a number of available symbol libraries. On Grid for iPad these include PCS symbols, PCS high contrast, PCS thin line, symbol sticks and torsil symbols. Metacom symbols are also available with an additional license. On Grid 3 there is also the additional option of Bliss symbols. Grid has a number of supported voice options including the device system voices, acapella, seproc, nuance and speak unique voices as well as voice banking options. Personal voice can also be used on newer Apple devices. SuperCore comes in 2 grid sizes, SuperCore 30 which is 28 cells, and SuperCore 50 which is 54 cells. Both sizes have a vocabulary of over 3,000 words and around 400 phrases as well as a library of 18 sound effects. It has a core and fringe layout. The vocabulary is organized syntactically, by word type, and taxonomically, by category. Most of the fringe vocabulary is found under the topics folder. It has some context-based folders under daily life, play, stroke, leisure, and education. It also has the conversation and messages folders which have phrases organized with a pragmatic layout. There is a choice between child or teen and adult vocabulary. SuperCore 50 also has some word prediction on the home page to speed up message generation. There is some predictive morphology where verb endings change based on the words previously selected. Further morphological forms are found under Magic Wand. There is an inbuilt keyboard with the choice between ABC, QWERTY, or switch frequency layouts, with prediction on or off, and letter sounds, names or no sound.
L O W.
Flower. CoughDrop has nearly 1,400 words and around 350 phrases. It comes with one set grid size of 12 communication cells, again with a choice between child or teen and adult vocabulary. The home screen has 4 columns. The first 2 columns are pragmatic message pathways, that is, they are organized by the function of the message. For example, something is wrong. Can I tell you something? I want. I think. The third column is set up for quick communication. This includes many of the core words. The last column is for everyday words, and this is also where you access the wider fringe vocabulary. There is no option to modify the morphology. CoughDrop also has My Toolkit, which includes some supports for mental health, supporting communication breakdown, photo albums, and more tools. This is also where the keyboard is accessed. By default, the keyboard is alphabetical with the letters sorted into groups of 9. There is also some symbol-supported text prediction. Flower. However, there are also the options of a QWERTY keyboard or switch frequency keyboard. Symbol Talker comes in 4 different sizes. Symbol Talker A has a grid size of 15 communication cells. It is not particularly robust with a vocabulary size of 600 words and nearly 300 phrases, or 2 word combinations. Symbol Talker B has a grid size of 24 and a vocabulary size of over 1,700 words and nearly 300 phrases. Symbol Talker C has a grid size of 35 and a vocabulary size of over 2,500 words and nearly 100 phrases. Last but not least, Symbol Talker D has a grid size of 40 with a vocabulary size of nearly 3,000 words and 150 phrases. The vocabulary in Symbol Talker A and B is organized taxonomically, by category. Folders contain sentence starters and small words as well as relevant vocabulary. Symbol Talker C and D have a core and fringe layout with syntactic, word type, and taxonomic organization. Symbol Talker D also has some word prediction on the home page. Morphology is accessed through the endings folder. On Symbol Talker C and D, there is also some predictive morphology where verb endings change based on the words previously selected. The keyboard is alphabetical. Symbol Talker C and D have word prediction. Beeline has a set grid size of 88 and a vocabulary size of around 2,100 words and 140 phrases. It has a core and fringe layout. The vocabulary is organized syntactically and taxonomically, with most of the fringe vocabulary found under topics. It also has word prediction in the middle column. There is some predictive morphology where verb endings change automatically. Word endings are also accessed through the special folder. There is an inbuilt alphabetical keyboard with prediction. Vocabulary for Life has a set grid size of 28. The vocabulary consists of 2,400 words and nearly 1,300 phrases and sentence starters. It has 2 sections. The home page is organized taxonomically, while the second section, the Vocabulary for Life grid, is organized contextually with different words and phrases for different scenarios. Morphological options appear for verbs upon selection. There is also a word endings folder for further forms. There is an inbuilt alphabetical keyboard with prediction. Aphasia Duo comes in 2 grid sizes 9 and 16. Aphasia Duo 9 has around 800 words and 400 phrases. Aphasia Duo 16 has over 1,500 words and around 800 phrases. The vocabulary is organized taxonomically and contextually. There is also a collection of visual scenes. There is no option to modify the morphology. Aphasia Duo also has a supports area. This includes mental health support, rating scales, schedules, a whiteboard and more. Aphasia Duo 16 also includes a picture dictionary, word bank and other word help tools. Phasia Duo 9 includes a QWERTY keyboard, while Aphasia Duo 16 has a 2-hit alphabetical keyboard with the letters split into groups of 9 and symbol-supported prediction. All grids have the Find Word feature. Helicopter. They have the capability to record audio. Other key features include a whiteboard which can be added to any grid. SimPODD, a grid of animated characters with sound effects. These can support the communication of feelings and ideas. They are available as a stand-alone grid, are built into Super Core and Voco Chat, and can be added to any grid. Accessible apps, including camera, notes and a web browser. Grid 3 includes a wider range of these. Cause and effect games, these can support the individual with exploring their access methods. Dilbert the dog. Dilbert eats sausages. Funny. LAMP Words for Life has a set grid size of 84 with a vocabulary size of around 2,200 words and 350 sentence starters. It has a core and fringe layout and is organized by semantic compaction. This is where multi-meaning symbols called min-speak symbols are used to represent related language. For example, the symbol for sleep is a bed, and this brings up other verbs like rest, lie, wake, the words tired and asleep, but also different types of furniture. These symbols can also appear on different pages to represent further concepts. For example, selecting in brings up the prepositions, and you will see that the symbol for underneath is the bed again in that same location. Another example of that, if you pay attention to the symbol for work, the hammer, when you select live, which has the symbol of the house, you will see build in that same location with the hammer. Most vocabulary is available within 2 hits, all vocabulary is available within 3. This allows fast navigation. Although this layout can appear confusing, especially to those of us who are more used to the traditional categorical layouts, the LAMP organization is designed to support motor planning, and can be especially helpful for those who don't read. Morphology is also consistently laid out, with verb conjugations in green and adjectives in blue. LAMP can be used in portrait or landscape mode, although it is optimized for a landscape orientation. It has an inbuilt QWERTY keyboard and a word finder feature which shows you the pathway to the word.
Helicopter.
Some other features include the ability to record audio. You can program buttons to open an app or a web page. There is also the option to add a help signal. LAMP has a number of supported voice options including the device system voices, a cappella voices, and Almagu voices. Personal voice can also be used on newer devices. Proloquo has a set grid size of 48 buttons with symbols and 12 text-only buttons. It has a massive vocabulary of over 15,750 words and 350 phrases or word combinations. There are nearly 4,000 symbol-supported words, while the rest are text-only. Proloquo has a core and fringe layout. It is organized syntactically, by word type, taxonomically, by category and semantically, by meaning. The homepage contains the core vocabulary. The top 2 rows remain accessible on any page. Different word types are color-coded, and the tabs on the top open to more of each word type. French vocabulary is organized into category folders which are available under the yellow tab. Related words appear upon selection. For example, selecting good offers the related words amazing, brilliant, fantastic, etc. This is also where morphological options appear. Proloquo is available in landscape or portrait mode. It has an inbuilt QWERTY keyboard with prediction and the search feature which shows you the pathway to find a word.
Helicopter.
Key features include thinking space. This is a digital board where symbols and words can be moved around. Focus mode. This draws attention to specific words without removing access to wider vocabulary. Proloquo uses symbol sticks symbols. It supports Apple Voices and a cappella neural voices. Personal voice can also be used on newer devices. The Proloquo 2 Go Crescendo vocabulary has over 3,500 words and 300 phrases. It has an additional 5,000 words in storage that can be quickly added into the relevant folders. It has a core and fringe layout. The vocabulary is organized syntactically, by word type, and taxonomically, by category. Different word types are color-coded and fringe vocabulary is organized into category folders. Fringe folders are set up with templates containing set core vocabulary in consistent locations. Morphology, word endings, is modified through a secondary trigger. By default this is to press and hold, but can be changed to a double tap. Proloquo 2 Go is available in a variety of grid sizes from 1 cell per page to 256 cells, however it is optimized for specific sizes up to 144. Some pages are set up with scrolling. It is important to note that the vocabulary size does not reduce on smaller grids, it simply takes more navigation for some words. It is available in landscape or portrait mode. Proloquo 2 Go has the option of an inbuilt ABC keyboard, or the device keyboard. It has a search feature which shows you the possible pathways to a word.
Helicopter.
Some key features include the ability to record audio. Secondary trigger, the option to program two separate actions depending on whether you use a single tap or press and hold. Soft, loud, and shout options which automatically change the volume at which the device speaks.
Look at this. Look at this.
Progressive language allows the user to start with fewer words per page while maintaining the motor planning. Vocabulary builds up in a developmental order, introducing core words a few at a time. Proloquo 2 Go uses symbol sticks symbols. It supports Apple Voices and a cappella neural voices. Personal voice can also be used on newer devices. SimPODD has 6 available grids, 15 preschool and school, 15 plus preschool and school, 60 expanded keyword, and 60 complex syntax. These are the same grids that are available for download on Grid or TD Snap. The 15 grids have a vocabulary size of around 1,300 words and 140 phrases or word combinations. The 15 plus grids have a vocabulary of around 1,500 words and 140 phrases. The 60 grids have a vocabulary of around 3,400 words and 350 phrases. The 15 and 15 plus grids are organized pragmatically, that is, they are organized by the function of the message. For example,
I have something to tell you. Let's go. Something's wrong.
there are only minor differences between the preschool and school vocabularies. The 60 grids have a core and fringe layout with syntactic, word type, and taxonomic, categorical, organization. Many of the fringe folders also contain core vocabulary. On the 15 and 15 plus grids, verb morphology can be altered within the tense folder. Different tense options also appear depending on which folder you select. There is no option to alter morphology for other words such as adjectives. On 60 expanded keyword, morphology is altered using the tense buttons on the core page and the change word folder for more options. On 60 complex syntax, verb morphology pops up on selection. On both 60 grids, selecting pronouns such as I opens pop-up folders containing both related single words, for example, me, my, and common word combinations like I can and I do. SimPODD is only available in landscape mode. The 15 grids have a 2-hit alphabetical keyboard with the letters split into groups of 5 and symbol-supported prediction.
L O W.
The 60 grids have an inbuilt QWERTY keyboard with text-only prediction. SimPODD does not have a search feature. Note that the pod page sets on grid and TD Snap do work with the search features on their apps. Some features include whisper, talk, and shout options which automatically change the volume at which the device speaks.
I can do it. I can do it.
Expand message supports the creation of longer texts. Printed podbooks. If you have the yearly subscription, you can create and print your own podbook in a range of sizes and with a range of formats. This is only an option on SimPODD. SimPODD uses symbol sticks symbols, while Pod on Grid or TD Snap utilize PCS symbols. It supports Apple Voices and a cappella neural voices. Personal voice can also be used on newer devices. Speak for Yourself has a set grid size of 120 cells. It has a vocabulary size of over 3,500 words and over 50 phrases or word combinations. It has a core and fringe layout and is designed to support fast navigation. All fringe vocabulary is available within 2 selections. Some words are semantically linked, for example, foods under, eat, or transport under, ride. Other words are less related and rely on motor planning to learn where the words are. Most morphological options are available close to the root word. Further prefixes and suffixes are available under the +S button. Speak for Yourself is only available in landscape mode. It utilizes the device keyboard. ELLOW. It has a search feature that allows you to filter by begins with or contains. Helicopter. Key features include open and close. This allows the user to hide words or start with fewer words per page while maintaining the motor planning. Babble mode. This allows the user to access the full vocabulary if they usually have hidden buttons. Hold that thought. This enables you to say something else and then go back to the original message. Yes. Please. Yes, please. Cortical visual impairment, CVI, template, utilizes bright colors and high contrast symbols. These are only on the core page. Speak for Yourself uses Smarty symbols. It supports Apple Voices, Cereproc and Vocal ID voices. A cappella voices are also available as an additional purchase. Personal voice can also be used on newer devices. TD Snap is available in landscape mode only. It uses PCS symbols. Note that Core First uses PCS classic symbols, Motor Plan and Express use PCS thin line symbols, and the Aphasia page set uses primarily PCS in context symbols. PCS high contrast are also available. TD Snap supports the device system voices and a cappella voices. Personal voice can also be used on newer Apple devices. Core First is available in a variety of grid sizes from 1 cell per page to 225 cells, however it is optimized for specific sizes up to 80. There is also a specific scanning layout. Pages can be set up with or without scrolling. The 80-cell page set has a vocabulary size of over 2,500 words and nearly 3,900 phrases. It has a core and fringe layout with syntactic, word type, and taxonomic, categorical, organization. Most of the fringe vocabulary is found under the All Word Lists button. It also has the Topics section, which is organized contextually, predominantly with phrases. The Quick Fires folder contains chat words and phrases organized pragmatically, by function. There is some predictive morphology where verb endings change based on the words previously selected. Further morphological forms are found under the Word Forms button. It has an inbuilt ABC keyboard with symbol-supported prediction.
R. Purple.
The motor plan organization comes in 3 grid sizes: 30, 40, and 66. They have a vocabulary size of over 2,700 words and around 90 phrases. It has a core and fringe layout with syntactic and taxonomic organization. Like core first, there is predictive morphology and a Word Forms button. Motor Plan 30 and 40 page sets have inbuilt ABC keyboards, while 66 has an inbuilt QWERTY keyboard.
R. P. Purple.
All have symbol-supported prediction. Express is available in a variety of grid sizes from 1 cell per page to 225 cells, however it is optimized for 18 cells. It has a vocabulary size of over 1,100 words and over 150 phrases or word combinations. It is organized taxonomically, by category. Many folders contain several sentence starters. There is some predictive grammar but no other way to change the morphology. It has an inbuilt ABC keyboard split into the 2 halves of the alphabet.
R. P. L. E. Purple.
The aphasia page set is available from 1 cell per page to 225 cells but is optimized for 9, 12, or 30 cells. It has a vocabulary of around 1,200 words and 550 phrases. The vocabulary is organized taxonomically, by category and contextually. There is also a collection of visual scenes. There is no option to modify the morphology. It has an inbuilt QWERTY keyboard with symbol-supported prediction.
R. P. Purple.
All page sets have the Find Word feature.
Helicopter.
Key features include record audio, play a YouTube video,
Pivot.
Pivot! Pivot! Pivot!
You can add a whiteboard to any grid. Visual timer. This allows you to continue communicating while the timer is displayed at the top of the screen.
I am thinking.
Supports, including visual schedules, first then visuals, and scripts. Photo books.
Melanie is great at art. We make fun crafts.
Boardmaker activities, including books.
My dog might like to dig, but he doesn't like baths.
Games. Calculator.
556 times 3 equals 168.
Dice.
9.
And learning activities. TouchChat has a range of word power grids from 25 cells to 140 cells. The grids are very similar in their vocabulary with only minor differences. They contain between 2,000 to 2,500 words and around 250 phrases. Word Power 80 and 140 have keyboards on the home page. This is also an option for Word Power 108. Word Power has a core and fringe layout with syntactic, word type, and taxonomic, categorical, organization. It has some predictive morphology and suffixes that appear when the relevant word type is selected. There is also some wider word prediction where certain word selections cause the pages to change to include likely next words. TouchChat is available in portrait or landscape mode. All grids contain an inbuilt QWERTY keyboard, apart from the 25 grid set which has an ABC keyboard, and the 140 grid set which is optimized for switch scanning and therefore has a frequency keyboard. All keyboards have text-only prediction. Purple. All grids have a word finder. Helicopter. Key features include record audio, photo albums, visual scenes, and scripts. Play video. This can be from the device library or from YouTube. Open app or web page. Whiteboard. Simple games. These allow the user to explore their access method. There is also the option to add a help signal. TouchChat uses symbol sticks symbols. There are some other image libraries but these are quite limited. Voice options include device system voices, a cappella voices and Almagu voices. Personal voice can also be used on newer Apple devices. All of the page sets on WeaveChat have the same vocabulary size of nearly 2,000 words and nearly 170 phrases. There are also optional additional vocabulary packs consisting of nearly 200 words and 60 phrases. All page sets have a core and fringe layout with syntactic, word type, and taxonomic, categorical, organization. On some boards, fringe vocabulary folders appear on the home page, while others include a categories folder. There are a number of ways to edit the morphology. Some words open pop-up folders with different options. Some morphological options pop up in the word prediction bar. There is also a tense folder with different prefixes and suffixes. The largest grid board also has some suffixes on the home page. There are a number of different grid sets available on WeaveChat. The default scrolling board contains 4 sections: pronouns, verbs, fringe vocabulary, and functional words. The grid size is difficult to determine because of the different sections and scrolling nature, but the pages have up to 84 cells at a time. Grid board is available in a variety of sizes from 2 cells per page to 105 cells. The largest option has a QWERTY keyboard on the home page. The core boards come with 40 cells per page or 100 cells. The Morgan board has 105 cells. WeaveChat can be used in portrait or landscape mode. All of the boards have inbuilt QWERTY and ABC keyboards. E. L. I. There is also the option to use the device keyboard. They all have the word finder feature. Helicopter. Helicopter. Key features include tones. These change the expression with which the word or phrase is spoken. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. Whiteboard. Saved phrases. I need help. Record audio. WeaveChat uses its own symbols. It relies on the device system voices. Personal voice can also be used on newer Apple devices.